Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, we're back at it. We're going to dive into 4 different releases that I'm no longer hunting. Yes. So these are releases that come out every year. Ones that, honestly, for the most part, I previously looked forward to these releases. They came out. I went out each time, went hunting, would find them. And, it was great, right? But at some point, I was like, you know what? They come out every year. They really don't change that much. Is it worth hunting year after year after year for the same bottles with similar but maybe slightly different profiles, right? Maybe slightly different, but so slightly different that is it truly worth the hunt? So these are 4 that I want to be crystal clear. I like these products, right? So I want to be crystal clear. I like these products. But when I think about at least my bourbon journey, I would rather try either a new product or something from like a different distillery, one that I haven't had before, maybe a craft distillery, just something that's just slightly different than buying the same bottles over and over. So I'm going to give you 4, right? Again, I love these 4 bottles and I love these 4 brands. However, there's a big however. However, I do think change is a good thing once in a while. So these are 4 that I will no longer be buying. I think they're great. I'm sure the future versions are going to be wonderful as well, but there's just no need to have them because I have so many of the past. Fair? All right. So let's dive into these real quick. By the way, these 4, they're not ranked in order. So it's not like, number 1 is my least favorite and so forth, right? Again, all 4 of these I love and I sip them. I just have no need to have multiple versions of pretty much honestly the same whiskey. All right. So Judge, what is on the list and why? So number 1 on the list. Number 1 comes from, I would say honestly, it's one that most people do love and I love it as well. It comes out 3 times per year and I'm like, there's not that much from a chain standpoint that makes it worth going out and grabbing every single version that comes out every year. So number 1 on the list, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Trust me. I love Elijah Craig with everyone else, right? It comes out 3 times per year, the A, the B, the C. I get it. And I love it like everyone else. I love Elijah Craig. It's a fantastic pour. It really is. But when you think about it, right? Just think about it. How different are the batches? Are there some small nuances? Sure, of course. But is it really worth running out and hunting and getting the same thing when maybe rather than buying the 2nd and the 3rd release, just buy one, right? Just buy one. And maybe rather than buying those other 2, buy something different that you haven't tried. That, my friends, I think personally is worth it. Definitely is worth it, right? Especially if it's a bottle that one of your friends recommended. Hey, you should try X, Y, and Z. Something that you don't have in your collection. I would try that first than going out and buying the same version of this, the A, the B, the C, 3 times per year. Cool? So that's number 1 on the list. All right, Judge, what is number 2 and why? Oh man, number 2. So number 2 is actually, again, I love these brands, so this is hard. Number 2, I love the whiskey. I'm not the biggest fan of the price point of this whiskey. And even though it comes out every year, to me, it's really not that different. And honestly, when I think about the whiskey itself and the quality of it, I can find just as good a quality whiskey from other brands $50 to $60, if not even $70 cheaper. So number 1, I can save my money. Number 2, I already have other versions of this. They're really not that much different other than the proof, obviously. But honestly, I'd rather try something that's different versus buying the exact same thing that I've had for the last, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So what's number 2, Judge? Number 2 on the list, Woodford Reserve Batch Proof. I love Woodford Reserve, right? I love Woodford Reserve. I always have. I think, like many of us, we all love Woodford, no matter if it was like the original standard Woodford or then obviously the double oak. And then again, this batch proof. Batch proof is great. It really is a great product. It truly is. But when you think about the price, now you're over $100, probably like closer to like $150, $140, $150, depending on what store you go to. Obviously, every state is going to be different, taxes and so forth. But when you think about the quality of the whiskey, if you already have one version of the batch proof, the others are probably not that different. They really aren't, honestly. Maybe some very small differences, but for the most part, they truly are the same. All right, that's number 2 on the list. Judge, what is 3 and 4? Oh boy, 3 and 4. So 3 and 4, there might be one surprise in one of these. All right, real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are some whiskeys that you feel that you're no longer hunting for just because you don't feel like it really changes that much. I would love to know from your perspective. And then last but not least, please make sure you all subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get a notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right. Cheers. All right. Number 3 on the list. Started with Heaven Hill. We might as well continue with Heaven Hill. Number 3 on the list is Larceny Barrel Proof. I think Larceny Barrel Proof is an amazing product coming from the Heaven Hill sub-brand. Again, comes out 3 times per year, very similar to Elijah Craig. It's great, don't get me wrong. But if you had one Larceny, for the most part, you probably had them all. Again, are there some differences from the various different batches? Absolutely. But are they so different that it's worth running out, hunting, grabbing a bottle, and seeing how different it is? In my opinion, no, it really isn't. Again, I would personally rather try a brand new distillery that one of my friends, like my buddy Rob, will say, hey, Judge, you should try this new distillery. You should try X or Y. I would rather buy that bottle than running out and getting the most recent current version of Larceny. Just my opinion, just kind of giving it to you straight. All right. What is last, Judge, and why? Now, what's last, potentially for some people, might be a very, I don't want to say sensitive, but I know a lot of people love this brand, right? And obviously, of course, everyone loves, obviously, Heaven Hill and Woodford as well. But number 4, I know a lot of people love this brand. I love the brand. I love the whiskey as well. This one's slightly different because not the exact same release comes out every year, but it's, honestly, it's just a different version of it. Number 4 on the list. I love the brand, and I love this bottle. But how many different versions are there? Truly. Number 4 comes from Maker's Mark, the Lost Recipe series. This is not so much about the Lost Recipe series. Let's be crystal clear. This is more about Makers, right? Makers and the whole wood staves and so forth. There's only so many different staves that you can have. There's only so many different combinations. I mean, are they really that different? I mean, there will be some differences, obviously, from the Lost Recipe versus even some single barrels, different stave combinations. Sure, they're going to be different, but are they so different that you're like, oh my gosh, I need to run out and get the Lost Recipe versus X versus Y? Are they that different? Odds are probably not. Truly, probably not. Just being honest with you. So the point of the story is for today, try something new versus going back to buying the same thing that you bought year after year after year after year. All right, my friends, as we say in this courtroom, peace, cheers, most important, salute. Take care. See you guys.